Today we're gonna be doing a Q&A so you guys can get to know us.
My dad's gonna be on the sidelines asking the questions.
Alrighty, let's get it.
First question: where are you guys from?
Where are we from? Meaning, like, where was I born? No. See,
Where are you from? What city are you from?
I'm from Compton.
And I'm from Long Beach.
Okay. Next one.
How do you guys meet?
How did we meet? We met at Fridays.
The restaurant.
The restaurant. We got
hired together. We got hired together. We didn't meet until orientation day.
But I saw her the day that we both got interviewed. So yeah, go ahead.
Pet peeve.
Pet peeve. Oh my God! Don't even get me started, people.
How many pet peeves can we say?
Let's do 2 each.
2? I got way more than 2.
Okay, go. You go first. Ladies first. I'll be a gentleman.
There's just so many. You go first. Let me think.
Nah, I gotta think. That's why I told you to go first. Hurry
I
up,
have
go.
too many.
Now go.
One of my pet peeves about you. He leaves stuff around all the time. He just leaves his junk, his trash everywhere, and he says he's gonna pick it up, and he doesn't, and I end up picking it up. It's just annoying.
Okay. One of my pet peeves about her is when it comes to the baby. It's either when it's time to feed him, she's like, oh, I gotta pump. Or when I have to change his diaper when he's peed, she's like, oh, I gotta go pee. It's like all of a sudden, now that you say I gotta go, you gotta change his diaper, now you wanna go, oh.
No, but I really do always have to use the restroom.
I gotta pump right now. Like, really, at this second, you had this whole 2 hours beforehand to go ahead and pump, but now you decide to pump when he's hungry? No. Okay, go. What's another one?
Another pet peeve is when I ask him to do something, he's all of a sudden busy. He's all of a sudden busy with something. When he's just playing games, either Fortnite or Black Ops, or he's on the computer making beats, and it's like, what are you doing? It's not important. You can do what I ask, but no, he's busy. That's a pet peeve.
Another pet peeve of mine.
There's only 2. What you mean?
I only did one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't.
Yes, I did. Name the other pet peeve then.
Did you?
Name the other pet peeve.
I don't know.
Exactly. That's another pet peeve of mine. She be saying things, and then like I have to now I'm gonna start recording to saying what she says, because she'll say something, and then later on I'll tell her that she said that. No, I didn't. When? And then she'll try to switch it up. She'll try to like do the psychological move on me. No. Okay, go.
How did you find out you were pregnant?
She's got big out of nowhere, and I was like, what the hell? No, I'm just kidding.
No, the baby was actually planned. So we were trying. So like every other week I was taking a pregnancy test, and they always came out negative. And then he had to go on a trip for work. So he had left that day. The day before, the day he was leaving, I had took a test, and it said negative. So I was like, okay, whatever. I told him it said negative, and I left it on the counter there, and he left. And then later that day I was cleaning, and I looked at the pregnancy test. I was throwing it in the trash, and it was like a really, really, really faint line. And I was like, did I read it wrong? Am I really pregnant? Like, I didn't know if it was like a vaporized line or like a real line. So I took another test, and like a couple minutes after, it was still faint. So I was like, oh, I don't know if I'm pregnant. So I called him, and I was like, I don't know if I'm pregnant. I might be pregnant, but I might not. Let's wait until you come home, or we're gonna get an additional one that says pregnant or not pregnant.
Mind you, these pregnancy tests were from the Dollar Tree, okay? So that's why she's saying about faint lines and all these things. And so I got back from my trip, and she was, mind you, I just got back from what?
But while he was on the trip, I had took like 4 more, and they were getting like darker and a little bit darker every time I took them. So at that point, I was like, most likely I'm pregnant. Then he came home from the trip, and that night I was like, oh, can we go to Walmart to
Didn't even say hi. She was just like, can we go to Walmart? I want to go get it now. I was like, oh, Thank you. All right, love you too.
We went to go get it. And then we stopped by McDonald's and we went home and he was eating. And I went to go take it. So then I faced it down on the table where he was eating and I was like, can I look? Can I look? He goes, let me finish eating first. Let me finish eating. But like, I didn't want to wait anymore. So I was like, can I look first? He's like, yeah, you can look. So I flipped it over and like, I was just shocked. Like, even though I knew deep down I was pregnant, it was still shocking to see like the words pregnant. And he could already tell by my face. He's like,
I was like, you're lying.
yeah,
You're lying. And she was like,
no, I'm pregnant.
not."
And then I
she
showed it.
me, and I read the word pregnant, and I still said, you're lying. No, you're lying. And then
we both just started like crying, cause we weren't trying that long.
It was probably like a week or two.
2 weeks trying probably. So we were like shocked. But the reason we started trying and the reason why he was planned is because later on I can't have kids. Well, if I do, it's gonna be really complicated. And having him was already high risk because I have stomach issues. I have gastroschisis. I was born with it. And that's a whole nother video.
It's a whole nother topic we're gonna get to
I'll
in another video.
talk about.
Go ahead, no.
How many kids do you want in the future?
Shit.
This is complicated.
It is.
So I want 2. So I want a boy and a girl. So I want 2. But if we try again and it's a boy, I'm gonna try one more time. And that's 3 babies. But I don't want to have an odd number of kids. So I want another one. But then also to put in perspective, we have twins that are in our family, both sides. So it's just complicated. But if anything, 4 the most, 2 the least.
Yeah, that's basically what I was gonna say. I mean, 3 for me is, I don't care.
I mean, 3 is fine.
3 is my lucky number, so I really don't care. But it is what it is.
Who said I love you first?
I
mean,
did.
That was a play for life. Nah, I wasn't. I really wasn't. My whole life I got played.
But I always said I love you first as like, without even like trying to say it. It was on accident, but because I wanted something. I wanted him to do something to me or go get me something. And I was like, if you love me, or I said, if you love me, can you go get this for me or something like that? And he was all like, do you love me? And I was like, I'm not going to say it first. He's like, well, I'm not going to go do it for you. Just tell me you love me. So I was like, okay, like, I love you. Can you go get it for me?
Mind you, I didn't even know if she actually really meant it that time, but...
But I did.
That was weird. Sure. Go ahead.
Future jobs.
Future jobs. I mean, I don't want to be working for anybody. If I can, I would go ahead and make my own business. Other than that, if I do my future, like, if that doesn't actually go the way I planned it to be, then I probably want to be like an actor or something like that, something like around those lines, because I'm like creative and stuff like that, and I could become like either an actor or like a movie producer. I like the film industry.
Or right now, I'm going to school to be a lawyer, and I was gonna do minor as business, but I'm not good at math, and for business you have to take all these math classes, and I'm just not for that. But if he's gonna do business, then like we can work together. So he can do the business part and I'll do the law part. It just makes it easier that way. Which is funny because when I met him and in orientation, they asked like, oh, what are we doing? And I said I was going to school to be a lawyer. And then after we got together, he was all like, oh, were you lying?
Yeah, I didn't believe it. Because I was like, yeah, she's just trying to top everybody. I'm just trying to be a lawyer, yeah, guys.
But I wasn't. I was telling the truth. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. Everyone knew that since I was little. I've always wanted to act since I was little. And model. I used to do acting and model when I was a little bit younger. And then I stopped because I started going to college.
How was your pregnancy?
Mine? I didn't have one, so.
My pregnancy, it was pretty easy. I mean, I didn't. The only part that was hard was like when the labor part started, and that's because he's premature. And like in the beginning of the pregnancy, because I was always throwing up. I didn't have morning.
Sickness.
I did not have morning sickness. I had
It was
all
more
day
than-
sickness.
It was like a all week sickness for like what, the whole first and second
Like the first semester,
first trimester.
first trimester,
First
and then
semester, okay.
like half of the second trimester, I was sick.
Mind you, I was getting her everything she asked for, like all the food she wanted, all the drinks she wanted. And at this time, we were in Vegas, and everything she wanted was over here in LA. So like, we'd make a trip every 2 weeks?
Yeah, like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, two times a month. And yeah, every time like I got her the foods she wanted, I kid you not, probably like an hour later, not even an hour later, probably like 30 minutes later, it's come all right back up. But other than that, my baby's here. I love him.
He's healthy.
He's healthy. Keep praying that he stays that way.
How early was the baby born?
He was 9 weeks early, so he was 2 months early, basically. And how it happened was kind of crazy, but that's like a whole nother video.
So we'll go ahead and discuss that upon. It's like a story time that we could tell. Go ahead.
How is it different living in Vegas and California?
Different from Vegas.
There's not a lot to do in Vegas. Like there's really not.
I mean,
it's too hot.
if you're the party scene type person, if you're like you love going out, don't get me wrong, I love going out, but I'm not the type of person that just goes out and just like gets drunk and gets messed up to the point where like I black out or I don't remember things or or I don't like gambling and all that stuff. So
we didn't really go out either though when we lived there. Like we didn't really go out to eat. We didn't really do any of that. Like that's just not us.
I mean, it was cheaper over there too. That's another thing. That's the difference. Like over here, in LA, we get like a 2-bedroom, 2-bath for probably about, I want to say $2,000 minimum. Over there, we were paying like $900.
And that's because we had 2 dogs. So
and
it was
that's with
actually
the 2
less.
dogs. Yeah.
It was less than that, but plus the 2 dogs, it was $900.
Yeah.
But especially because like I love the beach and the water. There's nothing out there.
No, and then we didn't have any family out there.
Yeah, we were out there by ourselves, basically.
I mean, I had an aunt out there, but like they were doing their own thing, and I didn't want to like get in like mixed up with them and stuff like that. And then like over here, we have all of our families, and then they're all close.
On top of that, minimum wage out there is like $8. Minimum wage over here is like $12 now, but that's kind of the difference. The only way you can make it out there in Vegas, I mean, is if you get a job that pays more than minimum wage.
Or if you're like, you get into the casinos and the restaurants that are inside the casinos, that's where the money's at. But over there too is like a lot of certification, and they actually go by the certification. They actually check if you do have it. If you don't have it, you're not hired. You're not even thought of. Unless they tell you, oh, are you willing to go ahead and get it? And then if you say yeah, they give you a certain deadline. And if you don't do it, then you're automatically terminated. So it's a lot of different rules than over here than over there.
So last question. Dream vacation or places you want to live?
Damn.
Dream vacation. I for sure, like, there's a lot of places I want to go. And it's probably either Dubai or Greece. And then you said, what was the other one? You said
Place you want to live.
Places I want to live. Well, I grew up in Long Beach. So, like, somewhere, like, around there. Probably not in Long Beach, but, like, around the area. I don't want to really move far from where I was born and raised. Just because, like I said, like, all our family is literally within the area. So we would probably just stay around here.
For me, vacation. Well, I probably would love to go see like I want to say like all the other countries of Europe and Asia, just somewhere around those areas. Like I don't know, I just want to travel. That's what I want to do. My dream vacation is basically just traveling everywhere I want. Place where I want to live. I don't really prefer a place. Reason being is because like